The title of the posting was called Easy $300 in One Day. Call me.
No. When you think about the amount of time and energy that goes into working a job, or not even just a job, just in general, earning income, working to earn income, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. Most people work a 40-hour week at a schedule that kind of works for them in their life, not necessarily as convenient, but it gets them to be able to commit this kind of time to earn income for survival and and naturally to buy nice things too. A lot of people, if you just ask them, I would be willing to bet that most people, if you ask them, would say that they don't like their jobs, or they might like what they do. They might not like what they do, but they like having a job. We all complain about the amount of work that we have to do, but in the long run, it could always be worse. It could. We could not have a job, A, or B, we could be forced into a situation to do things for money that we really don't like. So most of us are comfortable with what we do for work to get money, but it's not a wonder why people actually commit crimes or do crazy things to earn money, because work is a lot of work, really, when it comes down to it. And some of us have made crazy decisions along the way in order to get money. When things are in danger of getting cut off or we're struggling for finances, we do just about anything to get the type of money that we need to survive. And we reacted to a story a little while back about somebody taking up a Craigslist ad and getting into a really, really awkward situation. So what about the ads that you see at these, at the bus stops or on the flyers that have make money online fast, or call this number, for a quick $500 or whatever? We're going to react to a story by Horror Shorts Party about someone that responds to one of those crazy flyer ads to earn some money. Make sure to head on over to Horror Shorts Party's channel, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and if you like reaction videos, make sure to subscribe to this channel as well, guys. Let's get into the animation. True creep horror story.
This is a true story from when I was 18 years old.
Okay.
It still creeps me out just thinking about it. It all started when I was heading home from my friend Jason's house.
All right.
It was about 3 a.m. in the morning, so it was pretty dark outside. I was walking towards a bus stop to catch the blue night bus that ran during after hours. My friend didn't really reside within a suburban area. He was more or less closer to the downtown region.
Okay.
That meant there were a lot of random weirdos strolling around the streets, which definitely made me a little uncomfortable, to say the
3 a.m. in the morning, walking around a city at night is very, very, very creepy. Even with city lights and stuff like that. Like he said, weird characters. This guy that's looking behind him too looks crazy. But I've been to bigger cities before, and it's true. When it starts getting late, the people that are out and about seem to be a little bit less stable than the people that are out and about earlier in the day, because most of those people are going to their jobs. When people become desperate, and a lot of these people are homeless actually too, there's bound to be some creeps that you find running around.
least. They're uncomfortable. I have to sleep out here. I decided to wait inside the glass shelter of a nearby bus stop, as I regretted my decision to take the bus this late at night as opposed to just calling an Uber.
Right.
I couldn't help but notice the dozens of flyers stuck up on the glass of the shelter. They were scattered everywhere, all varying from different things like job postings, rooms for rent, that kind of thing.
Right.
There was this one flyer that really caught my attention. It was a picture of an older gentleman doing a peace gesture with his left hand.
Easy
The title of the
$300.
posting was called Easy $300 in One Day. Call me.
No. when you see that, that's an advertisement. Just most of the time, I think you and I are so conditioned to these type of advertisements on the internet that we're a little bit more numb to it, right? Like I can almost spot a scam a mile away, but there are a number of people that are naive to these type of things, and it's really hard to know why they can't see what we see. But I guess I've been burned a couple times on things like that, and most of the time the old saying that comes to mind is, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
I decided to read further into the flyer as the thought of making an easy $300 in one day seemed like a bargain one couldn't refuse.
No.
The flyer had a description which read, "If you are looking to make a quick $300, then you've come to the right place. This job entails the assistance of cleaning/chores for a period of 12 hours. Call my cell phone and the details provided below if you're interested.
$300 for
Regards,
12 hours.
Philippe." I was a part-time college student, so any extra money would have definitely been beneficial to me.
Right.
I decided to take a plunge at the opportunity, so I took a picture of the flyer as I see a night bus arriving towards my stop. As I boarded the bus, I refrained from calling the job posting as I didn't want to wake the employer up,
It's 3
so I
a.m.
ultimately decided to text the number instead. My text read, "Hello, please contact this number as I am interested in the job presented in your flyer." About 10 seconds
Wow.
later after sending the text, I get a call from an unknown number.
3 a.m.
I assume it was the guy in the job posting, so I answer it. "Hello?" A man answered back, "Hey, you interested in the job? Is this Philippe from the $300 a day posting?" Yes, it is. What's your name, kid?" I'm John, sir. How are you?" He completely disregards my question and says, "You mind coming over right now, kid?" Sir, it's kinda late for
Wow.
that. Can we do tomorrow?" "Kid, listen. I know it's very late at night, but both my wife and grandma are sick, so I could use a helping hand as soon as possible." I felt really uncomfortable knowing this guy was trying to guilt trip me into coming over to his house.
Yeah.
Mind you, it was approximately 3 a.m. in the morning, which made the thought of going that much more absurd.
Right.
I tell him, "Sir, if we can arrange this for tomorrow, it would be much more convenient for me." "Kid, John, listen. If you come right now, I will pay you double."
Wow. Is this a red flag? How desperate is this guy for help? $600 for 12 hours of work. That's pretty good money for a college kid. I can see why he'd been right here.
$600. Take it or leave it. Whether the
Wow.
man was bribing me or not, I unwisely took the bait.
Yep.
I ended up saying, "I'm on my way. I'll be there in about a half an hour," while simultaneously getting off the bus to call an Uber.
Yeah.
I ended up getting dropped off at the address provided within the flyer and immediately began second-guessing my decision.
Yeah.
While standing in front of the house, I get a call on my cell phone. It was from an unknown number again. I answer it and say, "Hello?" "Hey, Johnny, can you see me?" No, sir. Where are you?" "Look at the window." "I'm looking at it, but I don't see you, sir." "Look a bit closer. I'm looking dead at you." Where, sir?"
That's so
I
creepy.
get startled by a firm grasp on my shoulder. "Oh, I'm sorry, John. I didn't mean to scare you."
You lie! You lie! You said to look at the window closely, and you just jumped right behind me. You sucker! What a weirdo, dude.
"I thought you could see my reflection in the window. Anyways, please allow me to show you inside my house."
Wow.
Thank you, Philippe.
3 a.m.
You
again.
can call me Creep.
Creep?
Why would I call you Creep? It's a nickname that my mom gave me as a young boy. All my close friends call me that, so I'd appreciate it if you did the same.
Oh,
Okay, Philippe.
why would you... First interactions with people, man. You know, you can throw somebody off big time about telling them stuff. First of all, you have a job posting. Why wouldn't you just post that your contact information was Creep? I know it's kind of weird or whatever. Maybe you're trying to get people to come that aren't actually, wary about stuff like that. But it would just be a name, right? It would just be a name. Telling somebody to call you Creep, I don't know, man. This is just so weird.
I mean, Creep. I mean, we are technically friends now.
No.
Right?
No.
Yeah, sure. Very well then. Let me show you inside, John. We end up going inside, and I can't help but notice the amount of dolls laying around his house.
Oh no.
It honestly looked like he was a hoarder that had an obsession over dolls.
Right.
I decided to ask him, "Why do you have so many dolls?" It's just a collection that I've accumulated from my childhood. Aren't
Right.
they precious, John? I've built a special bond with these guys. I'll never feel alone again, you know?
Okay. That's a little bit strange too. But I know a lot of people with collections. It doesn't have to be a sexist thing. Most people that collect dolls are ladies. But, you know, you never know, you know. So stuffed animals is something that a lot of us have strong bonds to when we're young. And we could just keep those bonds for longer than normal. I mean, if you're a lonely person, you never really know what somebody could be into nowadays, you know. Some of the dolls might have a real dollar amount attached to them too, valuable. I've had a friend that his mom collected porcelain dolls, which some of those things were collector's items. They were in a glass case and they were worth a lot of money. Creepy as hell, but she collected them.
At this point, I was pretty convinced that the name Creep was actually his biological name due to the creepy vibes he was giving off.
Right.
I see. Well, what exactly does this job entail?
Yeah.
Well, for starters, my grandma and wife are unfortunately ill, so I have to take care of them since they're in bed all the time.
Right.
If you don't mind me asking, what's wrong with them? Well, my grandma has Parkinson's, so she's unable to function without my assistance.
That's unfortunate.
My wife sadly got into a tragic car accident after her dance rehearsal. She's pretty much paralyzed in her legs and can't walk, so I now have to take care of her as well.
Dang.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. She was so beautiful before the accident. I'm unbelievably lucky to be with such a beauty like her. We got married and had about 100 people there. It was the best wedding ever.
No wonder he's like kind of weird and attached to the dolls. Like people that have to take care of loved ones for long periods of time, you know, it can be really unfortunate how you can really go on to start being really selfish with your time and feeling alone because you feel burdened. You know, it's a normal human emotion. It just happens after a little while. You know, naturally we want to take care of the people that we love, especially if they're in situations that they can't help themselves, but it's still real hard, you know? So I can see where he's coming from. Yeah, it's no wonder that he's a little bit socially awkward.
Sorry if I'm getting carried away. No worries. What would you like me to do
Cool,
for you?
man.
You can start by vacuuming the house. Just don't go inside the bedrooms, because that's going to disturb my grandma and wife's sleep.
Right.
A couple
3
minutes
a.m.
later,
vacuuming.
I begin vacuuming the hallway upstairs. The bedroom doors were slightly open, so I could vaguely view the inside of it. I remember seeing a glimpse of a woman sleeping on a bed, which I assumed to be his wife. It was unfortunate to see her like that, as she was quite beautiful from what I was able to see.
There you go.
I noticed the man was in the other bedroom having a conversation with his grandma, so I continued vacuuming without drawing too much attention towards his direction.
Right.
Have you been feeling better? Are you okay? The next part of the story is what sends chills down my spine.
Uh-oh.
The man asked me to put the vacuum down and meet his grandma. As I approach the inside of the bedroom, I see a creepy life-size doll laying on the bed.
Oh, God, dude. I take back everything I said about this guy. Yeah, I thought he was just feeling a little alone and really, you know, and burdened. He's a sicko. If he's got a doll in his bed that he thinks is his grandma, we got a problem here, y'all. So, if he does have a doll, but there's a real life person in the other bedroom that he's calling his wife, is that really his wife?
I unhesitatingly ask him, where's your grandma? John, don't be rude. This is my grandma. I felt my heart fall to my stomach when he said that.
Oh my
I honestly
God.
wanted to get the hell out of there, but I didn't want to potentially put my life in danger, so I just
Right.
went along with it and said, nice to meet you. He then said, my grandma thinks you're really handsome and you should come over more often. Sure.
No.
I'll definitely come over more often.
No.
My grandma wants me to grab her some McDonald's. Why don't you continue vacuuming the place while I do that? Sure, sir. Creep. The man then hands me an envelope and says, here's your $600. Thanks for being there for us.
Wow.
Yeah, no problem. I then continue vacuuming
At least he
the
got
hallway
paid.
as the man exits the house. I need to get the hell out of here. This guy is a psycho.
Yeah.
As I dropped the vacuum on the floor, I peeked inside the bedroom of where the man's wife was sleeping. To be honest, I felt really skeptical about leaving her there, so I shouted, "Ma'am, is everything okay? Can you hear me? Ma'am, are you okay?
Oh
Can
no,
you hear
she's
me?"
drooling. Is she
She
dead?
didn't say anything. She honestly looked like she was heavily sedated off the meds I
She's
saw on top
drugged.
of the nightstand. I end up leaving the house and catching an Uber.
Maybe call the cops.
I eventually make it home and remember the man had gave me the $600 in an envelope.
Right.
Thank God I made it out of there. At least I made an easy $600. I opened the envelope only to see 6 pieces of paper. Each piece had a poorly drawn face with $100 written on it.
What?
I shouted in anger.
What the hell is this?
I contemplated on giving the man a piece of my mind, but I honestly didn't want any further conflict with this psycho.
No.
Just before heading to bed,
I'd call the cops, though.
I got a call from an unknown number. It was quite obvious that it was the creep, so I ignored it and never looked back.
Yeah, just block it.
It's been a couple months since that creepy experience. I haven't gotten any more calls from that unknown number since. I was strolling around with my phone one day when I got a notification that someone followed me on Instagram.
Oh no.
I noticed it was the creep from the avatar picture on his profile.
Oh.
I was pretty freaked out that he was able to track me down since he only knew my first name and we haven't contacted each other since.
No.
I noticed he had only one post, so I clicked it. It was a picture of the woman and the creep on the same bed. She looked sedated while wearing a wedding veil.
Dude, he kidnapped her. There's no way. There's stuffed animals all in the room? Oh my god.
The creep had his arm around her while there were hundreds of dolls surrounding the two. The caption read, "The best wedding in audience ever."
Was that the 100 people? Poor thing.
She was so beautiful before the accident. I'm unbelievably lucky to be with such a beauty like her. We got married and had about 100 people there.
Oh
It was the best wedding ever.
God, dude. What? You know, for a moment there, I felt sorry for this dude. I really did. My heart went out to him because I know there's a lot of people that struggle with having to take care of their relatives and stuff like this. But this man turned out to be a psychopath with a weird collection and trying to be friends. He's literally deranged. Not only does he need help, but there's probably needs to be an intervention. I don't know what the poor lady that was in his house had going on, but I imagine that I would have probably called the police. I would have thought that she was in danger, that she was being held there against her will, or just sedated to where she didn't really have her own will. Crazy, y'all. Horror Shorts 40, great stuff. Make sure to go subscribe to him there and a couple other videos that I reacted to him from here. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time.